How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. All right, Tamar D said I'm good. I stopped that. All right, so we're good now. So I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to get in here, and then we're gonna get started. Looks like we're good. Let's see. Got the link at the top if you'd like to join the Zoom. I'm gonna go through some things, and then we're gonna cover some stuff that's currently going on social media, and then we'll go to some phone calls after that. I just want to stay active, y'all. I just want to make sure we talk to people. Let me speak to some people first. Let's see. So how far my scroll let me go. Farrell De Niro, Trap Media, Tamar, Sean, Derek Hopkins, Jesus Vargas, Sean M. How y'all all doing? Kendall, Brother Minister David, Stephanie B. And the people in the Zoom, y'all hang on. I'm gonna come to y'all in a little later. I'm gonna test. Like I said, all this is a test right now. Y'all let me know. Can y'all hear the music? Play. That's no good. All right, let's figure that out. Sorry about that, y'all, but let's try it one more time. All right. Y'all bear with me so I can get all my little settings set up. Oh yeah, I made that. That's me. I appreciate that, people. I appreciate that. I think everybody here now. Let me check on the Zoom and see how many people we got waiting in the Zoom. Uh, Natasha said she about to bust a flow. I feel you. Let's jump right in. Coming to America too. What do they have in common? All right, so I've been on one since I seen this movie, and what do they have in common? And I posted this question, and some people said hairstyle, some people said cool ass mustache. Yep, peep the similarities too. But what do they have in common? And there's one person up here that got the answer right, and I believe that was Queen of LA. She was close. Both had Black American mothers and African fathers, and were raised in Black America. So they were seen as hood. So that's true. But it was a more complete answer to that. And let's see. Here it is. Breesy. I don't know if he's here tonight or not, but he said both got their king title stripped for being outsiders. Akeem's son's title got reduced to ambassador for America, and also because they were seen as too black, quote unquote American. Okay, so yeah, I brought this up on a previous show where Killmonger, Black Panther is what it is, but Killmonger won the kingship and rulership fair and square over T'Challa. And they conspired against Killmonger to get him out of power. And we see this same archetype where the ADOS American, foundational Black American, native Black American, whatever term you want to use, whenever they portrayed in these roles, a black man is never allowed to be seen as in rulership. And that's a problem for me. And it's just like, why is it that you can never see a black man in rulership? So in Black Panther, they were even willing to conspire with the CIA to get Killmonger out of power. And here, in this case, in coming to America, they were willing to change the whole tradition of Zumanda to make sure that an outsider, quote unquote outsider, was able to rule. So it's just amazing. Like I said, I just wanted to point that out. So a lot of times what I'm going to do is if I see stuff on social media, I'm going to post it there, and then we'll come back to the lives and talk about it. All right. So next one is, we got to talk about Dr. Seuss a little bit. And it says, this person tweeted, says, why was Dr. Seuss racist? Why wasn't Dr. Seuss racist when Michelle Obama invited him to the White House? And I said, it's because it's on brand for her. We see how these people want to say that all these people are evil and they're racist and all and this and that. But as soon as they get out of power, they embrace the same people that they said were the problem. Now, Barack Obama and George Bush, let's just call him Junior for, just for sake of conversation, they were going at it during the 2008 election. And Bush was in a similar place, if not, worse than Trump it was in his presidency, because he had Katrina. And if people don't know about Katrina, that was a big deal. Optically, it was terrible just seeing black people stranded on their roofs, and the federal government didn't do anything to help them. So that being said, now they're hugged up and, these sharing little candies and little notes and all and this and all that. So it's just, you have to be careful with these people. But with that said, let's bring some people in on the conversation, and then we'll get back. Let's talk about those two topics, and then we'll move on. So let's see who we got waiting in the Zoom meeting. All right. So I think Zay was here for a while, so I'm gonna let Zay in. And Jill. Let's see. So, but yeah, it's amazing how they do a 180, and like with Dr. Seuss. And the thing is, some of Dr. Seuss art is a problem. But I'm like this: either we're gonna go all the way and cancel the Grinch, cancel all the Disney movies, all the money that's being made off of these movies, or reallocate it, or we're gonna have to look at it another way. So it's just, and like I said, it's just amazing how they want to dig up, and it's this limited boycotting. We saw this with Gucci, the same thing. Oh, let's boycott them for 3 months. It's like, what does that really do? So let's see. Jill and Zay, if y'all want to talk, you have to. All right, I think we got Jill in. How you doing, Jill?
I'm good. What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? So would you like to talk about the two topics that we've talked about so far, that being the Dr. Seuss and the double standard, or the Coming to America / Black Panther and black men being portrayed in Black American, let me be more specific, Black American men being portrayed in leadership roles in movies?
Oh, I think the second one sounds interesting, just because I heard of your take on the Black Panther movie on the podcast, and I was thinking about the Coming to America, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything for the new one. I've seen the old one years ago, but
okay, yeah. Even with the old one, they were, and if you noticed, they were willing to break tradition in that movie, and it was that King Joffrey, played by James Earl Jones Jr. Yeah. He was being played by that role, and he was the bad guy for wanting to uphold, I'm gonna get to you in a minute, wanting to uphold the tradition, and they broke the tradition, and it was fine with him marrying and it's a similarities here to the Meghan Markle thing, but I'm not going to touch on that too much tonight. I might do a little rant at the end of the show, so stay around, but I want to get through these things. So it's just, I see a clear problem. Like I said, Killmonger, he won the role. He won and people say, oh, well, these are movies. These are movies, but they're very representative of what's going on in society. Where, so would you like to continue on, Jill, before I move on to Zay? You have any final thoughts?
No, you can go on.
Okay, thank you for calling. Let me ask you this question. How'd you find out about the show, and what do you think so far? Both the podcast and then the live, and I just like to see how people found out about the show.
Well, originally I heard about Moe Factz with Adam being on Joe Rogan, so I went straight from Joe Rogan to Moe Factz, and then I went back and then I went to No Agenda. So
you're Joe Mo, nah.
Joe Romo, Joe.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I appreciate you calling in. Okay. And I'm gonna move on to Zay because he's been waiting for a while. Okay, all right. Have a good night. Thank you for calling in.
Bye.
All right, Zay, it's on you. But yeah, we have to point these things out. It's more than movies. People are very uncomfortable with showing black men, especially American black men, in leadership roles. Zay, how you doing?
How you doing, brother? Man, what's going on tonight?
Your sounds a little low. Can you come up on it a little bit, or
Can you hear me better? Hello?
hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, your sounds a little rough.
yeah, my bad. I'm actually at work right now. I'm a bus driver. I'm driving the bus. I'm actually just here. I just want to hear what you got going on, and your breakdown of the movie. I didn't really have any questions. I was just here to listen to you just drop some knowledge and information. Honestly.
All right, so I appreciate you calling in, getting people they're safe. This man's getting providing a essential uh job. So I appreciate this, Zay, for you calling in, and maybe another time you call in, we could chop it up a little bit more. Okay. You be safe out there. Let's go back to the chat. And the way the chat works is if you have something to say, you have a question, please do at Moe Factz, and you had to put at Moe space Factz. You had to spell it out as it is in the channel. For me to see you, it shows up in orange. And that way I can get right to the questions because I don't know if you're talking amongst yourselves or not. So I think we have a couple more people. Let's go ahead and let Wheezy in and Derek in. But yeah, it's a real problem. And then the other thing we want to talk about, this is just for first segment. We're going to talk about these two. Dr. Seuss, like I said, Dr. Seuss, he has some but you know what? I was talking to my wife about Dr. Seuss a long time ago and how problematic it was as far as, his earlier art and even some of the depictions in the book. But this didn't even become a problem until it was the Asian people that spoke up because it's a portrayal of Asian people in the book. All right, how you doing, Weezy?
I'm good, man.
Let's
How are you?
see.
Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't on mute.
Oh no, do you want to talk or are you just listening?
Yeah, I actually had a couple comments about the movie. Saw it over the weekend with the wife.
About the what?
The Coming to America.
Okay. What would you think about it?
Well, as far as the movies goes, I don't think it was a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was poorly written, but the messaging was kind of bananas. Challenging the king, kind of channeling his manhood. Years on years, it's been this one way, and you're not willing to change it. And it just was very apparent that Eddie Murphy was being belittled through the movie not to change his ways. And they kept laying on thick. And trust me, and I was talking with my wife, black woman, love her to death. And I think women are extremely powerful, love them. Mm-hmm. But I think that, it's very obvious what they were trying to portray. And I don't fault them for wanting to up women by any means. But when you go out your way to clearly stoke the same message, I get why I saw a couple posts where it was too today, and that's why they couldn't enjoy it. Right. If that makes sense.
No, you make a great point, and I want to show people how the male's role has eroded from the first movie to this movie. It was, I want to marry a woman, that this and that from the first movie, and he broke protocol, he broke tradition to come to America even to find a wife. And it was his mother and him trying to convince the father to go against tradition, and the father, kind of accepted, or bending the traditions. And now we see, fast forward to now, it ends up being female rulership in Zuman. And like I said, this is what it is metaphorical to what's really going on in society. So thank you for calling in, Weezy. Let's see if we can get Derek unmuted and see what he has to say. While we're doing that, I think I unasked. Let's see. How you doing, Derek?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. You're breaking up a little bit.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Go, Mo.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. No,
But I
man,
think
I
think you had to cut me off on one of the. You had to listen to me through Zoom because you listen to the playback through YouTube. It's gonna bleed back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could, be there somewhere, but at the same time,
Let me,
might be.
I'm gonna mute you while you get that fixed, and I'll come back to you. Okay. All right. So let's get to some questions. Let's see. Scroll up a little bit. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. Kendra was just saying, "Hey, what's up, Kendra?" 1 and 1 is 2. It says, "How long before Megan starts her single motherhood?" I don't know. I'm gonna hold off onto the Megan thing till May. I think that's gonna be the show that we do next on the podcast. So I'm not gonna go too deep in that, but I do have a rant there. But I think she's gonna stay attached to that power structure. That was the plan from the beginning, was to stay attached to that power structure, and the hell she went through was to gain the notoriety and the fame that came along being associated with that family. All right, so M. Bingington, I think that's what that is. It says we're over here now. Okay. Oh, okay. The Bangersville Network says, what are your thoughts on NFTs? I think it's not a currency. I don't think it's going to be that, but I think it's a good way of certificate authentication. So, yep. So let's get back and see if we can. Did Derek drop out? I think Derek dropped out. I think we got Chris here. We're going to do a couple more calls on these topics, and then we'll keep moving to... Okay, Zay had his hand raised, so let me see if he wants to unmute. Zay, I see you had your hand raised. Was something you want to say? You had your hand raised, or no?
Yeah, I pretty much didn't see the movie. My audio is probably better if I'm at the end of the line now. I didn't see the movie. I did see the Black Panther movie, but from what I'm hearing, and I actually seen the last 5 minutes of it, and seeing how Eddie Murphy pretty much basically told his daughter that she was going to be the ruler and her brother was going to be the ambassador.
Yes.
And from like the last guy was saying, I mean, I love women too and everything, but it seems like it's kind of taking the power of the head of the household away from the man and trying to shift it to the woman now. And a lot of other movies, I know this is kind of off topic, but a lot of movies basically showing black men is like violence. It's either we doing something to take over something or to hurt people or something like that. Like this, like the one movie they have where the guy, his son is like killed by the cops, so they go into the police station and have like a pretty much like a mock trial.
Right.
And that's the way that they are kind of portraying us. And is like, even with the whole Black Panther with the Chadwick Boseman dying, I understand that he passed away, but it's like now his sister is going to take on the costume and take on the whole Black Panther. So it's like, it's weird. It seems like we losing our power, and it's shifting and is giving it to the Black woman. And like I said, I don't have anything against women, but I still believe, me personally, that the man should be the head of the household.
And the funny thing is, most women believe that too. So that, no, I mean, we all have gifts, we all have skills, And what they're trying to do is, you're exactly right, is they don't want to paint men in general, but more specifically Black American men in a leadership role. And if we are in a leadership role, it's a leadership role by force. There's no middle ground there. Hey, Zay, I'm gonna get to somebody else. I appreciate you calling. Okay. All right. So let me go to a question, Chris. I'm gonna come right back to you. Carlton Way 1 says Meghan married to the originators of white supremacy. That's true. And y'all gonna pull me into having that discussion, but let's have another discussion. I'm gonna throw something else out there. So say for instance, in the new Black Panther movie, T'Challa's sister, the Black Panther sister, goes off and marries an American white man and brings her back to Wakanda. How would that fly over? How would that fly over to bring in, and she marries a white man and they have a white Black Panther? How would the quote unquote woke crowd, the wokes, take that? All right, Chris, I'm gonna come to you now. Let me unmute you. If anybody would like to answer that question, let me know.
Hey Mo, good evening.
How you doing, Chris?
Good. Before we start, I just wanted to say, thank you for everything you're doing. I think it's awesome you reached out to Adam the way you did and started your own show.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of courage, and it's been awesome. I've very much enjoyed Moe Factz. I watched the movie with my wife this weekend, and one of the Easter eggs that I caught is, there's a lot of symbolism, and one of those is, the symbol of the chevron or the triangle.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I think we lost your sound, Chris. Yeah, you dropped out. You said one of the Easter eggs you caught was what? We missed that part.
What Wesley Snipes's patch for the flag of Nextoria was, at the beginning of the movie, a black pyramid or triangle, which is a phallus essentially. And then at the end of the movie, when he becomes friendly at the very end, the flag is upside down, which is a chalice, which is female symbolism. And so it's very interesting that that flag somehow was upside down at the very end of the movie. All throughout the movie, he was aggressive. He was the bad guy. It's a black triangle. And then at the very end, when he's now friendly, it's upside down, which is feminine, which could symbolize all the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, and just to follow up on that is, I was looking for the flag, I can't find it. But just to follow up on that, you remember the African American Museum and the Washington Monument represents both of those things as well. You have the Washington Monument is the phallic symbol, and the the African American Museum is 3 inverted pyramids, which represents the womb. So that's a great point, Chris. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, the symbolism is steep. I appreciate you calling in, okay? All right, so let's see. James Watt says Snipes was his favorite actor of all time. I love Wesley Snipes. Great actor. Blade, New Jack City. One of his underrated movies was Brooklyn's Finest. Great movie with him and Don Cheadle. I like that one a lot. Almo X. It says, I feel art imitates life, and sadly we are admins. We admins have let them taint our image, and we have dropped the ball in securing that image, i.e. Wade. Oh, we're going to get to Wade. Oh, we're going to get to that interview. All right, let's see. Yep. So, yeah, this is coming. We'll probably do more on the coming to America movie. But let's just, another little retweet I did was this Biden voters having buyer's remorse, and this guy was like, let's zoom in. It says Biden is en route to be the second worst president in my lifetime so far. Literally. Every day since I voted, I feel worse and worse about having voted for Biden. Just shouldn't have voted. We'll never vote for the lesser two evils again. Yeah. We try to tell you that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we try to tell people. Don't vote for the lesser two evils. Vote for tangibles. All right, so let's see, go back. See what else we got on the social media feed. All right, so y'all wanted me to talk about, so I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to get too deep into it. But woke up this morning, check the Twitter feed. I just do this one time check a day just to see what's going on. That's kind of like my news source. And it says, was there really worry? Meghan was lighter than Harry when she was chasing the bag. Clear case of being black when convenient. So if we see this picture here of Meghan, they're damn near the same complexion. Let me be clear. You love who you love, and that's not what we're talking about here. But it's clear if she did her homework, she's a smart lady. She know what the royal family was about. She knew what Princess Di went through. But she put herself through all of this to receive the fame and notoriety and the clout that she receives. Now she's claiming, this is from ET Canada, claims that they were concerned about how dark Archie's skin could be when she was pregnant. But I'm going to say this. It's not up to me to protect Meghan Markle. It's not up to any black men to protect Meghan Markle. For the simple fact is, if her husband won't protect her and she won't say names, then what am I to do? What am I to do? I can't protect the man's wife more than he protects her. So I know I'm not gonna fight this battle. And Oprah and them are trying to pull Black America into this problem. When we tried to say something years ago when she was getting married and say things about the royal family, that was one of the first, just for proof, just to let people know. You can go check it out for yourself. Let's go over to the YouTube channel right quick. And this was one of the first videos I did, even predating the podcast with Adam. And let's see. Let's go to the channel. And we go here. Videos. And y'all should really check this out. I would recommend you checking it out. Bam, right there. 1 year ago. I think it was over a year ago. I think it was maybe a year and a half ago. Meghan Markle, queen of multiculturalism. I said it there. and it holds true. And like I said, this was before I did any podcast. This is when I was doing the lives like I'm doing now. That's why I want to get back to doing this, to get in touch with the people. Because I like being able to talk to people. Let's see. Oh, you delete that message. So we got a couple more people on the call. Maybe they want to talk about it. Let's let them in. And all right. So we're going to let them in. This is when I was doing the live like I'm doing now. That's why I want to get back to doing this. Hey, Abel, you have to mute YouTube.
My bad, cuz. My bad.
Oh, no worries.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you just loud and clear.
Hold up.
Sounded good. All right, so what we got on the table is we got Dr. Seuss and the hypocrisy there. We got the Black Panther compared to the Coming to America. And then we have, we're not going to talk too much about Meghan Markle. That was my rant. It was one more thing that skipped over. One more thing. I almost missed this. Was the Michael Brown family suing Black Lives Matter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so which one would you like to touch on?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. First, before we even touch on it, man, remember AKW Beats, youtube.com/AKW Beats. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Daily uploads. That's
and I went and checked it out too.
Yeah, see, Moe Factz, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that. See? Listen, y'all got to be smart like him, man. Check it out, man. Not the best producer, but I'm excellent. I'm here to tell you I'm excellent. But here we go. First of all, Wesley Snipes and Passenger 57, underrated. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Listen, they ain't gonna give another black man a role like that before. He ain't show no softness at all. Was just action hero all day, the whole entire.
Hold on. We're a Pro Factz channel.
Okay.
2 Fu. 2 Fu. I mean, we got we deal with facts around here. We don't do feelings. We don't do narratives. But we got to give a brother a pass. We know how Hollywood work.
Man,
but
whoa,
that was wild. That was wild.
That was wild, bro.
That was wild.
He was trying to be a thespian right there, but nah.
Yeah,
nah.
Yeah, but yeah. So what you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Black Lives Matter?
Let's get into that right there, because I feel like the whole Black Lives Matter quote unquote movement died with Darren Seals. To be honest with you, yes. I'm gonna just keep it all the way funky with you. I feel like, well, I don't want to throw him a tinfoil hat and really talk about that, but let's just say once he was out of the picture, that's when the the vultures came. That's when Black Lives Matter.
Bruh, put your tinfoil hat on. We on live. This is what we do over here. Hey, bro, we look at the esoteric and the exoteric. So, hey, if you want to put your tinfoil hat on, I will not full shame you.
Bro, let's put it on real quick. Yo, they found my man in the car, shot in the back of the head, and the car on fire, and they tried to call it anything but murder. Like, what? And nobody seen nothing.
Hold on. While we do this, let's remind people what he was saying. So let's just play this clip right quick to see why he was a problem. And what we're talking about is R.I.P. to Darren King D. Seals. This is a brother.
That's the guy.
He wasn't perfect. Whatever. But he was on the ground and he was telling the truth, and they silenced this brother either through the media. And we're saying, and then literally, allegedly, he was silent. So let's just listen to what King D had to say, and then we'll get back to you, Abel.
Yeah.
But yeah, Black Lives Matter, Campaign Zero, all these motherfuckers, man, they making millions of dollars. I ain't talking about no little chump change. I ain't talking about no petty money. If it was petty shit, I still call them out, but it wouldn't be a big deal. Like, these motherfuckers is eating. Cars, houses. You know what I mean? They driving around in nice vehicles.
Especially the blue.
All of the fact Mike Brown died. And it's the long term effects of it. If they willing to keep sending our kids out every time they die for a little money, what's gonna stop these white folks, these cops? You know, what's gonna stop these people from killing these babies?
And that's what I'm talking about. He was running up on cats out there in Ferguson, pressing them, and we need more. This is what we need, and this is what inspired me. All of us have a voice. We have to use our voice to point out. And this is another example. Heterosexual black male was not allowed to lead when it was time to lead, and this feeds back into the topic about the Coming to America and the Black Panther. All right, exactly. Go ahead.
Exactly. And that the whole situation is sad, man, because I feel like he really was a rider, regardless of whatever, how people felt about him. He was for the movement, you know what I'm saying? And for the revolution, quote unquote, as they say, And
I'm gonna say this: we need brothers of all shades, shapes,
yes,
backgrounds, talents to step up.
Yes.
Far too long it's about the intelligent and the talented 10th, and who can articulate and all. Sometimes you gotta have them brothers on the ground too. So
exactly, you do. And we gotta stop going at each other when somebody's a little I hate to say this, cornballish.
Right.
We really need to hold them people up and not be making fun of them or nothing like that. That's crazy, bro. We was brought up like that, and that's crazy. We can't be doing stuff like that.
And you make a great point. Thank you for calling in. And I'm gonna just finish up before I let you go. Yeah. You're exactly right. We need builders, we need thinkers, we need workers, we need entrepreneurs, we need all levels. And what they try to do is pit us against each other. Yes. The lames on this side and the Pookies and Ray Rays on this side. Yes. You notice I don't use terms like that, because all those brothers out there that may not be able to articulate themselves or might not have the credentials per se, those are the ones that can reach other people. This man only was allowed to speak on the platform for only a few amount of times, but look, his legacy far stretches the other guy in the blue. What's the cat in the blue vest name? I forget his name now. He done flamed out.
What's his name? I forgot.
That's my point. That just makes our point, though. I mean that he just flamed out. He was the one that hopped on and stole all the glory in Ferguson.
McKesson, D-Ray
McKesson. Yes.
Yeah. He's out of here, man.
They want to take this, and don't take this wrong way, but he was a boyish looking man. And they want to put him up front and not let the real men be up front. Like I said, thank you for calling in. Hey, keep dropping them beats, bro. And I'm going to holler at you later, okay?
I'm going to get at you, man. AKWbeats.com, AKW Beats YouTube. Get at me. Holler at you.
All right, have a good one.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to let a few more people in here. Let's see. But yeah, this brother right here, and he was legit. He was calling them out. He was saying how people was coming in from the outside. I'm talking about early in the game. He was telling how they were taking advantage. I think T31390. And yeah, look, I can read y'all, but my eyes I'm getting old. I think you gotta mute your what's in the background. Yeah, Derek. Hey, Derek. Full shaming is real, bro. Full shaming is real. Let's see what we got here. Dwayne, I think we got you on the line, bro. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, Mo. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I think we got a little feedback. Are you listening on YouTube as well as the Zoom? I think you got to mute YouTube.
Okay, let me do that. Hold on 1 second.
No worries.
Yeah,
and Derek, I'm coming to you next, okay?
Okay, matter of fact, I'll drop. I'll just dial back in.
Okay, I'll just mute you. I'll just mute you and then I'll go to Derek. All right, Derek, we're with you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
All right, no worries. All right, so all this ties together. All of this ties together. And you know what? This is what they want to do. A person like Meghan Markle, when they get in, How you doing, Derek? Let me finish my thought right quick and I'll get right to you. People like Meghan Markle, they want to, I can hear you just fine. Your background bleeding through though.
It's still bleeding through?
Okay, I think you're good now. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yo, big fan here, man. I'm in Toronto out here.
Okay.
But
how's everything going?
This is like one of the most locked down cities in North America. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much like California, but it's cold.
that sucks all the way around. I mean, at least California got the warm weather, but you holding it down. You doing all right?
Hey, man. Yeah, just trying to survive. Had to pick up a little job, but still, at least we're getting our little $2,000 checks here. So there's been no problems with that.
2,000? What? I'm not sure what's going on. Canada. 2,000 a month?
Yeah, 2,000 a month Canadian.
Look how that worked. Down here in America, we still waiting on our 1,400.
Right. It was the easiest to get too. Like, I don't know how it's going on around the world, but you literally call into like the government, you give them your date of birth, you give them your SIN number, and it's in your account 2-3 days.
Wow. And look, we still struggling to get our 2,000 that Trump promised us before he left. We said, come on now. Yeah. Any topic you want to talk about?
Not really, man. Just want to say I'm a huge fan. Like, I know you're busy with all them the kids and everything, but if you need help with anything, just wanted to put it out there. My services are if you need like clips, like I'm about to send you a bunch of stuff. So
okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and send it. Send it to me. It's mofactz.com. mofactz.com. You can go to you can go here and let's just show people how we do this while we're over here. Thank you. That's a good segue.
Yeah.
You can do contact here. Yep. And then also if you, like you said, you want to help with anything, look, graphic artists.
I'm gonna donate to the.
Yeah. And I was getting to that. Graphic artists, your time, like to say time, talent, and treasure. You know what I'm saying? You can give your time. I've had people, help me with clips. I had people that I can only listen to, a finite amount of source material. And it's that's what takes the show so long because I have to actually process it. So if I can get people to listen to clips and send them to me, what I end up doing is banking them up, and then as I get to that topic, I pull from it. So yeah, if you can help in that way, also you can donate. We're a value for value operation. We don't hide our material behind paywalls, and whatever value you get out of it, give it back. So we have the PayPal and we have the Cash App here. So yeah, and for people's gonna ask, I don't do super chat because super chat takes 30%. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do 3/10 of the work, so they're not getting 3/10 of the pay. So it's not gonna go down like that. So anything else you want to add to the conversation?
Man, not really, man. But looking forward to the shows as usual. I gotta say, probably my favorite show so far was the Obama and the Martin Luther King. Those were just like my favorites so far. So keep up the.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That was for people that want to know. And look, and yeah, when y'all call in, let me know what y'all favorite show was. That was, I believe, Dream Machine and Big Bang Barry. That was show number 44. All right, thanks, Derek, for calling in. Keep us posted on. I mean, you got eyes and ears up in the T-Dot, so keep us posted, okay?
For sure. Have a good one, man.
All right, have a good one. Good night. Let's see. I think we're gonna let Dwayne back in. Let's do some questions right quick while Dwayne coming back. Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing. Okay. 1 and 1 is 2. He said, I just had my first human resource congratulations. Congratulations. Man, that's the greatest thing you can have is, bringing another life into this world. He said, I feel a strong urge to stand up as a father. It's going. Let me share a little story. So, I remember when my first daughter was born, and I had stayed up all night, and I went to the nursery, and the lady was changing her diaper, and the women that work in the nursery, they handle babies all the time. So I mean, they don't. She wasn't being rough, but for me, as a new father of a new baby, she was being rough, and I had to check her. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, in hindsight, I was probably out of line, but it just didn't seem right to me. So yeah, you're gonna have those paternalistic urges to protect. It's gonna be natural. I think it may be something chemical even. I'm not sure. I'd like to look into that. But yeah, congratulations on that, man. I'm glad. I'm so happy for that. Let's keep going down. Andrea Jackson, what do you think about Michelle Obama praising Zaya Wade, D-Wade? I'm going to get to that. Where we at? We an hour in. Let me take a few more calls and I'll transition, no pun intended, to the to those topics. So I'm going to get to that, Andrea. And some of you people, y'all call in. I mean, like, let me see. Let me post. Let's see, I have the link. I'm going to post the link again in the chat for people that want to call in. I like to hear from y'all, especially I want to hear from a balanced crowd. So if any of our female producers would like to call in, that'd be great because I love to hear the perspective. Sophisticated Ignorance said Trapper Delight was my fave, but I beg to differ. Jeezy was never a millionaire. I wouldn't know. I'm not pocket watching, but I just know he was presented in a way. And that's, I ain't gonna go there tonight, but yeah, okay. Trapper Delight was like a lot of people's favorite one. Now, you know what? That show for me, that was a birthday gift to me because that was around my birthday, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do a topic I want to do, and it was a great backdrop for the verses. See, somebody said, Zay said that she gonna marry a Winter Soldier. I was talking about T'Challa's sister, and she brought a white man to Wakanda and was able to make a white Black Panther if she married him. How that would fly over with the wokes. Let's see. Do we got any more callers? Okay, we got one more. I mean, his actual name is Moore. Alrighty. While we're waiting for him to get audio straight, but yeah, let's go ahead and move. Yes. How you doing, Moore? Hold on, what we got? Okay, no, it's Dwayne. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just want to make sure my sound was coming in okay now.
No, you sounding crystal now.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to comment, but I'll let Moore go. I know you just called on Moore, so no problem. I'll wait.
Okay, we can go on with you since you're already talking, and let Moore go next.
Okay, all right. So there was just a couple of things. By the way, Mo, I think you
get rid of this.
Do a great job, and I think I first sort of heard kind of got caught on with you with Star and Buck Wild, so that's where I kind of picked up your name, or the Star Report rather.
And I'm gonna let people know Star. If it wasn't for Star, and I have to say this, and I'm gonna keep saying this, as y'all know, Star usually accepts phone calls from people that, to support the show first. And for me to get through, I didn't know how it worked. I just called the number because I had, something told me to move, and I moved. And he actually answered my phone call. For that to happen, in that sequence of orders, let me know that, I guess I'm supposed to be where I'm at. And I always show appreciation to him for opening that door for me. And if I could open that door for somebody else, I'll be more than glad and willing to do that. And like I said, that gave me the platform to, find my voice. And then I went on, to, collaborate with Adam on the podcast. And now here we are.
Oh,
all right.
Beautiful.
So what you got, Dwayne? Which topic you want to touch on?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on the topic of Coming to America, the sequel. And there were a couple of things that I found sort of interesting in the movie, and I think somebody previously alluded to the fact that there are kind of, a few hidden meanings and sort of hidden narratives that I find it funny when you have producers and directors who aren't necessarily Black or African American that, produce these movies, and you have the quintessential, boisterous, loud, single Black mother, head of household, right? That sort of manifested itself. You also have, the portrayal of the fact that, single Black mothers are, one night stand. Eddie met her, he didn't even remember, promiscuous. And then the other narrative of
before you go past that one, because that was, I don't want to breeze past that one.
Right. Okay.
Spoiler alert. I mean, if you tuning in, maybe you've heard some things so far, but stick your fingers in your ear if you don't want to hear this part of it. But you were alluding to how the illegitimate son came about. He was a product of a one night stand from the mother basically date raping Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
Let's be clear what happened here. It's okay to date rape a Black man. And you think I'm playing? And you think, hold on, wait, we gonna go. I'm glad you brought that. See, that's why I like when y'all call in. Hold on, we gonna go there tonight. We're gonna go there tonight.
Yeah, Mo, I just found that interesting because there's a scene where they basically ask Eddie's character, like, hey, you have a son, and he's like, what are you talking about? And like he has no recollection or idea of the fact that it happened, and the fact that she decided not only to kind of I guess what you want to call date rape, right, but she saw the son, she saw the entire, through the birth, had the kid anyway, lived in sort of, poor accommodations, right, in Queens. And I just found that interesting. And then, kind of fast forward, like, so, kind of thumbnail in that. I found it interesting that they also had and kind of pushed the narrative of sort of the weak son that needs to get validation from his mom. His mom needs to give him the green light and the go ahead to make sure that he's doing things the right way.
So this two things. I'm gonna stop you right there because you touched on so many topics. One, the drugging of Black men. And I don't know if you can see your screen or not for people at home that can see on the screen. Cardi B explains why she drugged and robbed men. This is totally okay. This is the double standard I talk about here. It's totally okay for Black men to be drugged and robbed, and even in the movie, it's made into a punchline. Now, imagine if that was the shoe on the other foot, where a woman was slipped a Mickey and drugged, and then I'm gonna use their word, taken advantage of, assaulted, it wouldn't be funny. It would be a Tyler Perry movie. I mean, let's just keep it 100. But it's a comedy when it's done to us. And then the second thing is you said about the weak and son and the strong daughters. That buys into the thing that Michelle Obama said about we raise our daughters and we love our sons. Right? What that means is we prepare our daughters for the world, but we just love our sons and don't prepare them for the world. And I think that's the point you was hitting on, correct?
Yeah, that is the point I was hitting on. And to me, it just, it kind of came off like, I get it, right? I mean, and sometimes it's comedy, so you got to take some things a little bit tongue in cheek. So I get it, right? And I don't take away from the comedic license, of the movie. It's just, I find it odd that why don't we, you never see these sort of movies in different communities of people. I won't call out any specific communities, but it's just, it seems odd that every time there's a Black movie, there's the strong Black woman, there's emasculated, Black man or son, and there's some sort of weird sort of like, sexual undertones, like of kind of how we interact with each other as a people. So I just wanted to call those out.
Okay, thank you for calling in, Dwayne. I'm glad you brought up some great points, and they actually fed to the show. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Appreciate it, Mo.
Dwayne, man, he had some great points. We brought up the Cardi B thing and how it's okay for Black men to be the victim of sexual abuse. And one thing I would say is we can't just allow them to make these things in movies and make it comedy. But when we're on the other end of it, then it's the worst thing in the world. We're humans too. We are human beings too. Let me see. Where you at? You said Almo X at me, bro. I'm on Zoom. Want to talk? Who are you? Who? Hey, Almo, raise your hand so I can see which one you are in here, because I got a few people in the Zoom right now. So raise your hand, I'll get to you. But yeah, robbing and drugging a man, totally okay. Michelle Obama. Now imagine if a man would have said, "Yeah, we raise our son, but we love our daughters." Come on, bro. I don't want to see this winter. See, they pushing this to us, the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think somebody made a joke about Winter Soldier. Come on. Let's see here. Bam, right here, Essence. What did it say? We love our boys. We raise our girls. How can she say that? She doesn't have any sons. And this is a trope and a meme that came from the 1980s. Or maybe even earlier. How, they're basically flipping this is the flipping of the roles and responsibility of women and men. Of how they raise usually you prepare your son, you raise your son, and you love your daughter. That's the tradition in a patriarchy, how that works. But in the Black community, or so-called Black community, it's that we raise our girls, prepare them for the world, and we just love our sons. And but why they do that? Because that makes the son a perpetual husband. That's what that does. It makes the son a perpetual husband for the mothers, so that when they're old and alone, they always have somebody there. All right, so I guess that leads us into the conversation with. Go ahead.
Let me jump
in.
in.
Go ahead, more.
This Al.
How you doing,
X, man? How you doing, Mo? Nice.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm sorry I missed you on that one. All right, go ahead.
I'm a big fan, bro. I just want to let you know I sent you the A feedback in a couple weeks ago, so that was me. But I just want to say a part in the movie where he was in a barbershop, the first time when they went to the barbershop, I got to go back and watch it. Me and my wife, we're actually about to watch it again. He was talking about like just the way things are going now, and just it seemed like Eddie Murphy kind of broke that fourth wall and kind of gave us a tidbit of like, I don't agree with this shit, but y'all about to see it.
Right.
Like, I swear I got to go back because I had a quote that he said in there, and I looked at my wife and I was like, Eddie know what's going on. He don't agree with it, but you know, he's doing it for that money. And I go back to say that because in the interview they did, he was saying how in the first movie it was an all-black cast, and Paramount forced them to put Louis Anderson in there. You know what I mean? So my question is Eddie really woke as we want him to be, or as I want him to be, or is it, you know, he just do whatever for that money? You know what I mean? So,
well, when they give you millions and millions, $20 million, you got to be on board. I mean, they're buying your, you know what I'm saying? They're buying your complicity, you know, making you, you know what I'm saying, complicit. And so it's, yeah, that's the trap, right? They try to dance with the devil, but not let him step on his toes. You know, they don't work like that. It's either you have to be completely independent and leave it up to us to support you. And we've seen this. We saw that with Tyler Perry. Even though his movies are toxic to our community, but that show you that we can crowdfund and our own projects as long as we can relate to them. But it's the people want the fast track. Let's just take me for instance. If I get to a certain level, say Fox Soul or some probably come along like that, like, hey, we want you on our YouTube channel or whatever. It's certain things I won't be able to say. And you know what? What we need to appreciate more than anything else is autonomy. Is autonomy where you can say what you want to say without, you know, fearing repercussions. So I think you're exactly right with the point you made. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's all really, brother. Like I said, I just appreciate you. You know, everything you listen to. I'm trying to get my wife hip to it right now. You know, what you say, she's still a douchebag. No, she a deadbeat. She a deadbeat.
Well, look. She we give her a pass because you're saying you helping out. So
look, this is my first time hearing this.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I pissed her off now, so I might probably be in trouble, Mo.
I was on board, but I guess I'm not.
Oh no, you want look? Nah. You good?
Look, Michelle Obama gonna kick my ass for that one. Let me get off of here, Mo.
All right, man. You have a good one. All right, have a good night.
Now,
somebody said I'm loud. Oh no, bro, I ain't selling out. Let me go back up. Hold on. I'm sorry about being loud, y'all, if I'm loud, but I want to make sure y'all hear me loud and clear. Let's see. Anything else? Once again, I'll say if you'd like to ask a question in the live chat, please do at Moe Factz so I can see you. It'll highlight in orange for me. I can get right to it. Jay Savage, I'm sorry, bro. I'm loud. Turn your volume down. I'm just messing with you. But nah, I'm not gonna sell. I mean, that's the point. It's like either you have vision or it's just a job. And a lot of these actors making $10 million, there's still a job for them. It's not a labor of love. And I always wonder that with musicians and everything else. Once they get the bag, once they get the money, it's like, why are you still signing deals? Like a Jay-Z, why are you still signing deals? I mean, like at the point that he was in his career. But let's get to that Michelle Obama conversation. Let's see. I got the clip here, and I'm going to just play the audio for one, and I'm just going to pick it up around this point. And at this point, Zaya Wade asked Michelle Obama for advice, and she's going to provide her advice. So let's just listen to the advice Michelle Obama gives to her.
I am just so proud of you, being just an amazing role model and embracing your truth, right? You're already doing this, so maybe this is for some other young people that are listening. But let me just say, it does take time to know what your self is, for young people. So
hold on.
First piece of advice.
And see, this is the point I'm talking about right here. She said it takes time for a young person to know who they are. That's the whole point we've been talking about what they doing to children when they do this child abuse with chemical child abuse and castration. 4, 5, 7, 10 years old. I'm gonna play that back for you one more time. Let me know if y'all can hear it loud or not. You know, I'll try to turn it up a little bit. But listen to the advice that she gives her.
You have and currently are.
Well,
You know,
like
also
you
for-
have and currently are, you know. I mean, you know, I am just so proud of you, you know, being just an amazing role model and embracing your truth, right? You're already doing this, so maybe this is for some other young people that are listening.
I feel.
But let me just
I
say,
have.
it does take time to know what your self is, you know, for young people. So my first piece of advice is be patient with yourself. You know, number
Right.
one, you know, at your age or in the teenage years and probably through your 20s, you're going to be experimenting with so many versions
Bam.
of yourself.
So every time, see, we have to start taking these people's words and turn them back against them. And Dr. Dean and Corey, I'm gonna come to y'all in a minute. Let me go ahead and invite y'all in. But yeah, what we have to do is we have to start turning these people's words back against them. She sit here and says it takes Dr. Dean, I'm gonna get to you one sec. I gotta mute you. But yeah, she said herself that as a child you're gonna go through, and it takes time to find yourself, aka Big Mish, who we're talking about. But yeah, it takes time to find yourself, and you don't know who you really are. That's what we've been saying the whole time. Let these babies, you know what I'm saying, find out who they are before you go off and chemically castrate them and then actually physically castrate them. Say you wrong. She said, sounds like she talking from experience. Big Mish. Call me Big Mish. Larry Hoover. But yeah, come on, man. This is crazy. But what we have to do is we have to start winning these wars of words. We have to take these people's words and turn them back on them and say, hey, you're being a hypocrite because even you said yourself that it takes time to find out who you are. But you want to start taking these young boys and chemically emasculating them. And I find that very offensive, and I find it disgusting. Now, if you want to be old, if you want to be grown, 18, once you turn 18, you can do what you want to do. That ain't my problem. You're grown. But when you do this to children, especially young black boys, I have a problem with that. All right, so let me see. Let me get to Dr. Dean. See what he has to offer.
What up, Mo? How you doing, man?
Doing good. How about yourself, sir?
I'm doing really well. You know, I just tuned in. I think I'm just going to listen. I just tuned into your show. I don't know exactly where you're at right now, so I'm just going to listen, man. But thanks for acknowledging. Much love.
Okay. All right. So let me, while you got it on here, what's your favorite episode of the podcast so far?
Oh my God, I think it's Bye Bay. I don't even know what number it is. Maybe 38 or something like that.
Oh, the BIEBA, the Black Identity Extremists. That's the one you're talking about? Yeah, okay. See, everybody got different favorite ones. I thank you, Dr. Dean. Like I said, if you have something that you want to add, since you're going to hang around, just raise your hand and I'll come back to you, okay?
You got it, my man.
All right. Let's see. Oh, we got Pharaoh De Niro. Day one, Pharaoh De Niro in the house. Let me let him in. Man, this man was here when I had like 10 subscribers. Man, like I said, y'all don't understand the struggle. And that's another thing, like, I am so proud of my 5.75K subscribers because every one of them, there's no tricks, there's no bots, there's none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just people sharing with people, following me from all the different platforms, be it Stars Report or from No Agenda, and following from Rogan over to No Agenda to Moe Factz, or either from Rogan to Moe Factz. So we're gonna try to push that thing. That I was telling my man E-Class. I don't know if he in the house tonight or not, but I was telling E-Class we're gonna try to double it this year. So that's the goal. So y'all make sure y'all share and like it, subscribe. I don't want to sound like a YouTuber, but you know what I'm saying. Y'all do that for me. Let's see. Pharaoh De Niro, I asked you to unmute. Let me see. Try one more time. All right. Let's see if we can get Pharaoh unmuted. All right. How you doing, Pharaoh?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
Doing good. I mean, good to put a voice to a handle. You know what I'm saying? How's everything going?
I just wanted to step through, just tell you I appreciate everything that you put out, the information that you put out. I enjoy the Kanye episodes, a lot of those, and the Kamala episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And you was right about a lot of this, man. People wanted to tell you that you was wrong, and people that think like us is wrong. But hey, we was right. Joe ain't showing nothing.
And you came over from from the Star Report, right?
Yes, sir.
So you know the struggle I went through when I first used to call in there. That,
yes, sir.
But you see that people's, and that's what gives me hope, and you know what I'm saying, and that you can see the change happening, and you can see specifically black men finding a voice to say, no, we won't do this anymore. We won't go for this anymore. And if it's what y'all want, fine, but we won't take part in it.
That's why I like your conversation with Hotep Jesus. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, man, Hotep, my man. Like I said, anytime he have me on, I'm gonna be there, because that's what it is. It's a conversation, and we don't agree on everything. That's good, because when I walk away from there, he gives me some things to think about, and hopefully I give him some things to think about. And even if people disagree here, this is an open platform. As long as we're respectful to each other, we can disagree, exactly. And we can hash it out. And hopefully, like I say, steel sharper steel. You know what I'm saying? It'll take something away from me and sharpen my edge, and hopefully I'll do the same for other people. Anything else you'd like to add?
Absolutely right, man.
Anything else you would like to add? Like I said, it's good to put a voice to a handle. Like I said, man, you've been here since day one. It's a lot of y'all, and I like for y'all to call in to put a voice to, you know what I'm saying, to the handles.
Just keep doing you, man. You got the support out there. It's not a lot. I mean, I ain't doing much, but I'm trying,
You from Cali?
No, I said I'm trying. It ain't
Where you calling in from?
NC, North Carolina.
Okay, you from Bull City, right?
Nah.
Where?
Charlotte.
Oh, Queen City. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You can hang around. Like I said, I'm gonna mute you, but if you have anything you want to add, just raise your hand, okay?
Nah, man, you good. Just keep doing your thing, man. Can't wait till the next episode drop, and I'll keep calling in to the live, for the support.
All right, appreciate it. All right, have a good night.
Take it easy. Stay blessed.
All right, you too. All right, we got RY. I'm gonna let RY into the chat. All right, so where we at? All right, we done did Michelle Obama. And I go to show you. Go back here. We love our boys. We raise our girls. So I don't know where she puts. And I'm gonna say this. I don't really like to. Yeah, he did sound like Too Short, right? Yeah, he had that Cali bop to his voice. But you know what I'm saying? NC strong in here. But this is the problem. Nobody's stepping up for black boys, children. Nobody's stepping for black men. Nobody's stepping up for black families. Nobody's stepping up for the worker. And that's who my heart's with, because, I done been there and I'm there. I done grew up 40 years in this country as a black man, from a black boy to a black man. And, it's rough, but at the same time, I wouldn't have it no other way. Let's see. Jeff Martin, we're going to let you in. All right, let's see. James Watt said, is Michelle more respected than Barack? Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he does that, like I said, self-deprecating humor that makes it even more disgusting. Because he feeds into that weak. He feeds into that weak black male narrative. Let's see. Who else we got? Oh, hold on. No, they ain't. No, they ain't. That's my man left-handed. Let's see if we can get left-handed in. That's my guy right there. Let me see. Let's go back to Twitter. And like I said, I come here, whatever catches my eye, whatever is trending, I like to add to it. Big Mish, she was trending today, saying for her quote, "There's no limit to what we as women can accomplish." And I said, Big Mish is lacking on the reparations. You sit here and say there's nothing we can do, but you was in there for 8 years, and you being the ADOS component of your marriage, nothing was said. And then your husband come out and say, I think I tweeted about that a long time ago, talking about, he wanted to do it, but what did he say? Let me see if I can find it. What did he say? He wanted to do it, but the white power structure wouldn't let him do it. Let me look that up. Let me see. Anybody want to unmute? Let's see. We got Obama. White resistance. That's what he said. Obama reveals white resistance stopped him from pushing for reparations. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I don't ever remember this man mentioning reparations. And see, this is what I was talking about. It's a non-starter, and that's why we had to really reshape the argument. And the reason why I'm saying, let me say this before I get to anybody else. The word reparations, I brought that up on the last show. The way they hear it is retribution. And that's negative. That's get back. What we're asking for is, if you want us to participate in the national election process for these major parties, we're not going to participate until you put something tangible on the table. If you don't, in the words of other many people who said it, you got to hold your own nuts. We're tired of carrying the water for y'all. We went through this before. We don't want to end up like this guy again, do we? Let me see. Where are you at? We don't want to be this guy. We don't want to be this guy having regret after we vote and nothing comes for us, you know what I'm saying, out of the deal. So no, we're not going to do that anymore. Let me see. I got Buddha in the house. If you want to unmute. Anybody else? Raise your hand if you want to unmute. Buddha.
Hey Mo.
How you doing,
Buddha,
sir?
what's going on, man?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. How do I sound?
Oh, you sound good.
Oh, perfecto. So yeah, man, you're nailing it tonight. I think
Where you calling from?
New York.
New York. How's everything up there? I hear everybody moving out.
Oh, it's a shame. Everyone is moving out. The housing prices out here in the burbs skyrocketing, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people that have money, they can, move away from oppressive situations. But
look at everyone moving out of California. Who's doing
right?
It? People that can afford it.
Right. But then they go other places and rate the price up, and then they push people out there. And I actually did a show on that about the opportunity zones and how they were driving. If people are living in bad, quote unquote, bad neighborhoods, it's because that's the only place they can afford to go. And when you gentrify that, there's no other place for them to go, and that's why you have so many people in California living in campers and tents, and are just completely upended. Yeah,
New York has the same thing. It's just different densities. You might have some buildings where you might have some burbs or, low income housing in California, but it's the same situation, same cycles that happen.
Okay. Anything else you like to bring up or like to add on the topics? We had the Coming to America, Black Panther. We got some voter remorse, and then we got the Michelle Obama, Zaya Wade situation. What would you like to add on one of those, or just anything else maybe that we're missing?
Yeah, I was thinking, if you just step back for a second, you piece it all together, you piece all those topics together, you can kind of say it's all emanating from that white supremacy that you touched upon in a few episodes. You have a clip where the guy explains what the real white supremacy is.
Yes, the one world government.
Correct. So what you really have is a sort of, if you look at the animal kingdom and you look at, monkeys and trees and stuff like that, the alpha male tries to dominate the tree, can't let other males near it. And what you have is the white supremacy is the top of the tree. And they're beating down all the other males in the group. So they don't want any males of any group, doesn't matter white or black. They don't want to be challenged. And that's really what's going on. They're throwing all this flack at us, trying to, destabilize society. Oh, let's get black males. Let's people hate black males. Let's get people to hate white males. You even said it a couple of times. Hey, we're leaving. You guys already went in. You're holding the door open. The same thing.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. I think I might have it here. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna say I got some jingles here. So let me see if I got it. Let me see if I can get it to play. Oh man, where's it at? Here it is.
All the bad things that are happening to white people today happen to black people first.
There it is. So it starts with us. It starts with us, and that's why allies. That's what we're talking about. Allies and enemies. We're pointing out allies and we're pointing out enemies. Opportunity for allies is people that are pro patriarchy. We stand up together and we say, fathers have a role. Heterosexual men have a role. We have a voice too. So I thank you for calling in, Buddha. Your favorite episode. What's your favorite episode so far?
I forget the number, but you're going into how there's an apparatus of what's fundable and not solvable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You played a clip where they were explaining how the percentage of certain demographics work for the government, and how there's a whole apparatus, like an educational apparatus, where all these people are really just collecting money. They're collecting 30 to 40% of admin fees.
Oh yeah, I remember the episode. I can't remember the number though, but yeah, that's the point. Yeah, and that's what we're saying here. These people, the boule, let's call them what it is, the boule, and that touches on the Michael. Right, that touches on what we're talking about with the Michael Brown and the King D situation. These people came into Ferguson. They took all the money, they took all the airtime, and then they left the people on the ground holding nothing. So that's the whole point. And now Michael Brown's family is trying to sue. But it was another point I wanted to make. If Buddha, I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna get into this point. Okay.
All right, love it, man. Good.
All right, have a good one.
You.
All right, Dr. Dean, I'm gonna be with you in 1 second. I want to make this point, and I think this was a retweet. Was it a retweet? It was about Michael Brown's stepfather. If y'all remember, Michael Brown's stepfather. And we're gonna wrap up on that one. What is it? Michael Brown. Oh, here it is. Michael Brown's stepfather was pro for inciting riots. When he was emotional and saying we need to burn it down. With the Ferguson thing, he was actually investigated. I don't know if he was actually charged or not, but he was definitely investigated, and the media picked up on it. Like, if you want to be outspoken, and this goes to show you another black male and wanted to be in leadership role. They scared him away with the law enforcement tactic. But how many Antifa and Black Lives Matter were probed for inciting riots this summer? I said, y'all better wake up. It's levels to woke. And it is levels to woke. If I made this point about Baltimore, when that was an organic riot, and that's what it was. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It was a riot, but it was, you know what I'm saying, it was organic from the point of people feeling real frustration. What do they call them? Barack Obama called them thugs, which we know thugs is a mass way of calling people the N-word. And there's another N-word floating around as well, meant for white people, but that'll be another show for another day. But we heard Joe Biden use it for white people, and that's Neanderthal. And we saw people get all upset. But you see how they have these mass words of saying, using one term like thug or Neanderthal, but they really mean something else, the N-word, or either white trash is what it stands for. But yeah, when this brother got upset, what did they do? And you know, like I said, where was the people supporting King D and this guy at? Nobody. But now they want to come back and say, oh, we want in on the bread. All right, I got one more topic I want to get to. Let's get to Dr. Dean. I'm gonna get to some more questions in the live chat, and I got one more topic I want to cover. Let's see, Dr. Dean. All right, Dr. Dean, you good to go?
What up, man? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, I'm on my phone. I don't have my mic on me. I got my own podcast, and you help out on that a lot, I gotta say. You know, every episode I went back to the archives, listened from 1 to where you are now, and I gotta say, man, it's impactful and helpful, and just keep doing the Lord's work, man. You're doing the work.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
anything you want to touch on the topics tonight?
Yeah, man. I'm so stoked that you brought up the Michael Brown's dad thing. Do you think that's gonna? Do you think that the Karens out there are actually gonna pay attention to that, or do you think that the smokescreen and the propaganda is so thick that they'll just pass it by? Because I mean, we know it's gonna be brushed under. We know it's a non-starter. Do you think it has any impact?
I think that's a far bigger story than Meghan Markle, but you see what the media runs with. And it's like they want to pick the things that they can keep under control. And once they start having people question their propaganda arm of wokeness called Black Lives Matter, then that destabilizes it. So, of course, they're not going to give any light of day to the Michael Brown father situation because then it has people... it's been tons and tons of situations where people are asking where the money go. I mean, Black Lives Matter collected billions of dollars. Billions.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. Where's the free lunch and free breakfast programs? Where's the after school programs? You know, the things that really can impact young black people's lives. But no, they have these weirdo conventions where they start talking about global warming and you know, all these other things that's unrelated to what's really going on. You know, what? Hold on. Wait. See, things be happening so fast. 2 officers danced at a Black Lives Matter rally, then stormed the Capitol. Okay. I told y'all about them dancing cops, man. I don't understand what that's this. I'm gonna get on that another day. But yeah, Dr. Dean, anything else you want to add? What's your favorite show so far?
I already told you, man. It's the Bye Bae, but honestly, your last.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry about that.
Every single show, man. Every single show rocks my mind. I love it. I try to share it up with as many people as I can. You know, one thing, since you brought up the dancing thing, man, I think that, I mean, there are so many weird things about this year. One of the phenomenon that's going to be, I think, underrated is the dancing nurses, dancing cops. This is one of the weird, maybe it's a cult thing. Maybe it's a
No. I'll show you what it is. Hold on. Where is it at? Let me see. I'm going to show you. You probably can't see it. Shrek.
I got your screen, man.
Shrek dancing. Hold on 1 second. Shrek dancing.
Yeah, in here.
Pied Piper.
Up.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Jeff. I'm gonna mute you right quick. This is what it is right here.
It's time to pay the piper.
It's time to pay the piper.
Words.
Time to pay the piper. Now go get my checkbook.
This is what it is right here. Look. They start playing that cha-cha slide, and the Cupid shuffle, and they start dancing. It's a form of mind control, and I brought that up before in one of the shows. I can't remember what episode. All of them start to blend together after a while. But yeah, that's what this is. And if you go later on, this movie was very. I might have to break down some of these Disney movies because there's a lot of propaganda in them as well. Look, there they go. That's Black Lives Matter right there.
Right there. Yeah.
They play that cha-cha slide, bud.
Hospitals and nurses and hospital staff.
They can't help themselves.
Nah.
Yeah. So no, it's something. It's a correlation there between mind control and dancing.
It's people. I think people see that and they think that it's like, oh, this is just weird. It's all weird. Yeah, it adds up to the conspiracy. It adds up to all kinds of mind control. But there's something more. There's something deeper and darker and more esoteric behind that dance thing of this last year. I think that you got a finger on the pulse of that thing, man. You're touched into the vein. I'm looking forward to the next show and the next and the next and the next, because I think that's something that, like myself, you see that for what it is. It's beyond just mind control. It's something else. The weird dancing thing it's a phenomenon, and it needs to be looked at.
And the thing with dancing is, I think there's something with dancing is it's infectious, because if you see someone dancing, then you want to dance.
Well,
so
it's yeah, for sure, man. It's a whole body congress. So you're putting your body, your mind, your heart, your consciousness all into this action, because it is art.
Mm-hmm.
And so art is science, and art is mind control. It's just an interesting phenomena, man. And I just think it's something interesting that I like to talk about, and I'm just looking forward to the next show. I'm gonna give it up to the next caller coming in, man. But love you, Mo. Love you, Mo.
All right, thanks, Dr. Dean. All right, have a good one. Good night. Oh, Shazy said, "Oh, that's Shazy. How you doing?" That's another day one right there. Only notice, and it's a bunch of day ones in here, but only notice how evil Disney and Walt Disney was a woo. Don't get me started on Walt Disney. That's a whole nother show. So I'm trying to keep it at 2 hours. I'm gonna tell everybody. I know. I'm gonna say this. I've tried. Do shows on schedule, and that's not a cop-out. What that is, a show is not done until it's done, and I won't do anything to cheapen it. But to stay connected with you all, I'm going to start doing these lives at least once or twice a week. So at least where you can hear from me, I can hear from y'all. And to be honest with you, you're going to start feeding the show, because you bring in more ideas and more, more thoughts, and that's going to feed back into the show. So hopefully, it spells. That's a good point. So hopefully this fills in that gap where we have, 10 to 14 days until between shows. Because the show is not done until it's done. I don't want to cheapen it where I just come in with 30 clips, and we go through it. I want it to be a high quality product. And that's one of those things where we were talking about before, where if you're a member of a big production company or whatever, you're on their deadline. Right now, I'm on y'all's deadline, and until y'all say it's an issue, y'all, this is a crowdsourced and crowdfunded value for value production. So as long as you all are okay with the time that it takes to put the show together, and you see no lacking in the quality, I think we'll continue to do what we're doing. But in the meantime, we have these lives, and I love these lives because I get to actually talk to people, get their feedback, see what you're saying, see what you're feeling. So let me go to the live chat right quick. Let's see. I didn't see any orange pop up. Let me go up. Yeah, I answered that question. Yep. Okay. Okay. James Watt says, "What was Tiger Woods thinking when he crashed? I don't know. But did anybody see his ex-wife, and did she have a golf club? I mean, because last time he crashed, that's what was happened. But you notice how they swept that under the rug and made him the womanizer. Which, I mean, I'm saying like this. People know when they marry celebrities and people in high-profile positions, infidelity is part of the deal in most cases. In most cases, of course, there are those perfect people out there that can fight the urge, but when you're worth millions and millions, I think that brother's almost at $1 billion. I mean, that was hitting on him at, he going trying to get some fish at Perkins, and that was hitting on him. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. Farrell De Niro says, Mo, we told these folks to hold their vote till we get what we want. Exactly. And we're going to continue to hold. This wasn't just a 2020 thing. It's going to be 2024, 2028, midterms, whatever, 2022, whatever. Whichever party likes to keep losing, unless they want to start, cutting the deal with us and bring the tangibles to the table, keep losing, keep holding them L's. We'll be here with the vote and they want to get right. Moe Factz, I'm very much so disgusted with the Obamas as representation of Black America. Yep. Why do Black people hold these people so high? Because we're desperate for representation. And that's the thing. A lot of this stuff is toxic. They're supposedly supposed to represent us. But at the same time, we're so starved that we rather eat poison. And I made an analogy to that with like fast food, right? If you're starving, you'll eat fast food, even though you know it's bad for you, because you're so starved for a meal. But in this day and time where we have platforms like YouTube and social media and access of being able to look, I'm having a discussion with the world using somewhat free resources, YouTube. I mean, of course, I pay for the Zoom subscription, but look at that. I'm having a conversation with the world. We don't have to go through these people's jump through their hoops to put good entertainment out. As long as you put your time into it and your heart. Let's see. Farrell De Niro says, I produce beats. When you're making music, the frequency affects everything. And that's true. That's so true. Frequency, music, that low vibration, the 808, very, very critical to the trap mindset and the mind, like we talked about before, the mind trap. The 808 is very critical to the mind trap. All right, so let's see. All right, let's see. Got about maybe 15 more minutes left. Of course, we can stay a little longer. I'm enjoying this. This one right here took the cake. Bam. This guy, Alak Vaid Minon, he says, these days, and this is a quote, these days, the narrative is that transgender people will come into bathrooms and abuse little girls. The supposed purity of the victim remains stagnant. There are no princesses. Little girls are also kinky. Little girls are also kinky. Little girls are also kinky. Your kids aren't as straight and narrow as you think. Y'all let that sink in for. I'm gonna let this sit on the screen for a minute. He a grown man. Grown man. I'm gonna say that because notice this is the mind screw right here. They keep the hair, the hairy chest, all this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. Y'all thought I wasn't going nowhere with that Zaya Wade and Michelle Obama situation? Oh, we going there tonight. Y'all might not see me tomorrow, but we going there tonight. What he say? The supposed purity. This is the equivalent of saying a woman wanted it when they're attacked because they dress a certain way or walk down a dark alley or whatever. This is the equivalent. And now if you said that, you would get ran off of Twitter, but yet still he's still on Twitter. I checked. There are no princesses. Little girls are also kinky. Your kids aren't as straight and narrow as you think. Trans activist and writer. And I'm gonna say this, and this is what we talk about with allies. I'm gonna drop this term to y'all. I'm not gonna get into it too much because this might be a later show. But some of the allies that they're feminists, but they're called TERFs, TERF. And these are the women that are pushing the back against transgender men invading women's spaces with the sports and whatnot. So, I mean, look, We may not agree with everybody, but if we can have some allies on certain topics, we got to take them. We got to meet them where we can meet them at. But yeah, this is where we at, family. This is where we are at. They're coming out full guns blazing. Full guns blazing. Let me get back to the live chat. Yeah, and look, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. And this is the crazy. This is what, and this I'm gonna say this. This is what upset me, and I actually boycotted the NBA for a season. And really, I don't even watch NBA like that no more. I play fantasy basketball, but I really just track the numbers. I don't really watch the games. But for a whole season, when they did that thing in Charlotte where they took the All-Star game away from Charlotte because of they wouldn't kowtow to the transgender bathroom situation, I stopped watching. You're not getting my money because I'm going to say this. My parents own a restaurant. And when you prepare for these big events that's coming, you know they're coming in a year and a half or 2 years, you start getting more capital and you spend more money to expand your business in hopes to, to catch, you expand your business in hopes, to catch that traffic coming in. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars coming into a city in a matter of, a couple of days. And so those companies and those small businesses went out and did that expansion, and then the NBA just pulled the rug out from under them for the sake of these transgender bathrooms. Yeah. And I said, that's crazy. Me as a man, I have young daughters, and I remember they used to be little. They're not as little as anymore, but when we used to go like Chick-fil-A and places like that, I would have to stand out because I have them, and I'm like, I tell the oldest, I'm like, okay, you go in, you help the little ones, and I'll stand out here and watch the door. You know what I'm saying? So my oldest will go in, she'll look around, nobody's in here, Dad, and then I'll let them go in and they'll handle their business, and I'll stand out and guard the door. I'm trying to tell you, if this, let me be careful. Whoa, let me get careful. But if this rolls up, I'm trying to tell you, nah, you ain't going in there with me, with my daughter's partner. Or I'm going in with you. And that's where we're at. This is the craziness where we're at. Well, a father can't go in there with his daughters, but a person like this, and when I say a person like this, I'm not talking about, and look, we're not going to let the minority represent the majority because that's not what we do. We don't want that done there. But look, I'm saying to the transgender adults out there, y'all need to check people like this. Y'all need to check people like this. Because we knew it was people like this in the crowd, and we were bringing it up. This is what we're talking about. I think I got some people in the chat. Hold on, let me see. Let me calm down. Let me get a sip of water. So what I do is, look, y'all come here, y'all download these pictures, and when y'all having arguments, y'all download these sound clips. And y'all take these talking points and y'all whoop ass with them when people want to push back against you, make you seem like a bigot or whatever else because you're using common sense. We have to stop being the passive people. Yep, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 4 guns. Yeah. I wish I could zoom in on some of this jewelry have. I'm sure there's some symbolism and stuff going on, but I don't want to zoom in too much. I just ate dinner. But let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Let me go up. Mrs. Sutton says they're sick of hiding, Mo. Yeah, they're sick of hiding. General Magnum makes a comment statement fitting of his name, Magnum. I'll let y'all put 2 and 2 together. Nah, Natasha, this is way past rude. This is, yeah, you're right. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. And it's our own women, ADOS black women that will stand in solidarity with people like this against the so-called patriarchy and men that want to protect their children. This is what I'm talking about. This is perplexes me. Let's see. No, it's black and white with gender. Okay. Yep. Miss Ravioli, she said a father can't enter the woman's restroom with his daughter. Who says that a father can't do that? The point I'm making, Miss Ravioli, is this. If I were to go in there with my daughters, then women would say, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Right? Unless it's one of those parent, what they call like where you can have the family bathrooms. And rightfully so. If a woman sees me come in, you know what I'm saying? I'm courteous enough to say, you know what, let's wait till the bathroom clears out. I let my kids go in. I know about no one's in there with them. I stand outside the door and say, hey, my kids are in there. Wait for them to finish up. That way I can be protective, but also protect people's, boundaries. So that's what I'm saying. Not saying you can't go in there, but I mean, it's common courtesy. Nobody wants to see a grown man in a women's bathroom. Quashonda Davis says it's crazy. If you see something about it, if you say something about it, then they try to call you homophobic and get you fired from your job or get your show or get your social media platform. Exactly right. And we had to stop being silent. And look, why is this person still on Twitter? This person is still on Twitter to this day. And Natasha said she's only accept Chick-fil-A. That Chick-fil-A be bumping. Let's see. Rob 3,000 says Nike has a commercial they air during All-Star that includes transsexual women as women playing sports. I'm done with the NBA. And I'm not going to go too far into that, but you know what? I'm going to say this. Let all the men they want play women's sports. Because this is the fight that women are going to have. We've tried to be the guardian. We tried to be the sound alarm. But look, they're going to have to see how crazy this world can get before, they stand up and say, hey, something needs to be done. And we'll be right there for them for allies. But sometimes people have to take the initiative to fight their own battles. And then we come in as support systems. We can't be the front on all people's battles. Let's see. A man has no right to his child. I hate this country. Yeah, it's the father. That's the family court. We're going to get more into that this year about the family courts and what's going on and how they destabilize the family through the family court. Janae Irving says, makes you wonder how far they're going to toe the line. What are they going to do next? Oh, they're going to come all the way out. No pun intended. Yeah, they wanted to ask for it. Yeah, so what we needed, like I said, when female wrestlers get tired of getting slammed around by men, when all the record books get erased, biological, what they like to use is cisgendered women are erased from the record books in women's sports, then they'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't take them that long to see it. And like I said, there are some women pushing back against this. Of course, we have women like the ones that listed our show, and listen to the shows like this that are hip to it, but we need to start holding these people accountable for their actions. Yeah, thank you, Deep Impression. Yeah, y'all hit the like button, please. Share this. We're right at 11 o'clock. I don't think any more people are calling in. I'm gonna drop that link one more time just in case we have some more people that want to join in. It's just for yeah, a lock. Let's see. Let's just do a little quick research on this guy. A lot, rad. See what he all about. I haven't done any research with him. Let's go looking. Let's go do a quick, and this I'm gonna show y'all kind of how. I'm gonna show y'all how the investigation, how the sausage is made. No pun intended. No pun intended. Whoa. Yeah. Let's go and see. Yeah. Look at this. Look at him. Born July 1, 1991. Writer, performing artist, media personality who under the moniker Alok is a gender nonconforming, trans, feminine, and uses singular they pronouns. I'm just reading through this right quick. Blah, 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 blah. Human condition, artistry. Let's go down and let's go. Yeah, we're gonna investigate this on the fly. What is it's like a Power Ranger and kente cloth? What's going on here? I don't know what is going on. He got the hairdo like you want lady on the night court. Let's see. Early life and education. College Station, Texas, child of so I guess he's from Malaysia and India. His parents are, excuse me. And look, I'm gonna tell you like this: they wouldn't tolerate this in those countries where his parents are from. It's amazing how people want to come to this country and bring things that they can't even do in their own countries. You know, it's amazing how they do that. So let's see. They felt visual non-conform. I'm just bringing through this right quick. The art practice at a young age in response to harassment, making art game permission to live. So nothing interesting here. We're going to do a breakdown of Stonewall. This vegetation, this has esoteric meaning as well. I'm not going to get into that at night since it's so late. We'll have to pick that up at another time. But all this, I'm going to show, I just want to show you. I don't want to show it because I had to show you the kid and I don't want to show you the kid. Like I said, I don't really like bringing children into it, even though people like to use them. Valentine's Day crying. Look at this. Like I said, I'm not judging them, but what in the world? Jesus. Look at this. Netflix, HBO. They're giving over and over again. They're giving platforms. Oh yeah, Mr. Ravi, I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying that it might startle. It might startle somebody if you roll up in there. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, so just wrapping up, we see it's a double standard. I'm not gonna go through the comments. Of course, there's a double standard, and it's just like it is what it is. Everybody wants black men to step up unless they're talking about for their own rights and their own agenda. Meghan Markle wants black men to step up, and Oprah and people like that want black men to step up, and her own husband won't protect her. And to be honest with you, I'm going to say this, and this is probably the last thing I'll say. We'll talk more about this, I think, hopefully Friday when we do the episode. It's kind of one of those episodes where you know what's going to be coming. That's a rare case, but it's so big of a story, you know we had to talk about it. But I'm not here to protect Meghan Markle if her own husband won't protect her. That's just like if you see me drowning and my wife is standing there looking at me drowning, how could I expect anybody else to jump in to save me? If the one that loves me, where is her father? Where is her male cousins? Where are her brothers? Where is her family at? We always want other people to come to aid and protect people, but their own family won't even. And she knew what she was getting into when she went and dealt with the Queen Elizabeth. I'll say that again, Queen Elizabeth Beth. She knew what she was dealing with. She knew what she was signing up for. So no, we're tired of being cannon fodder for everybody else. But when it comes for us to be stood up for, not even be stood up for, but when we stand up for ourselves, we're silenced. And that's the point I was making here. We're either cut out the picture of leadership, or let's keep going down. All this, like I said, rhyme or reason. We're found dead in a burning car, or we're silenced. And that's the point. And or like it was one more, or the father here. We're investigated for standing up for our own people. Yeah. So Meghan Markle, deal with Elizabeth yourself. It ain't our battle. It ain't our fight. I think we got one more person. I'm gonna let Tash wrap it up here tonight. Let me go and let him or her in. I don't want to. Oh, wait. I don't want to. Queen of ooh, I like that. Queen A Lizard Birth. ESP. That's nice. I like that one. And that's what we had to start winning. We had to start winning the meme games. We had to start winning the war of the words. We have to start taking these people's words and turning it back on them. Michelle Obama, what'd you say? Hey, it takes a child a while to find themselves. You're right. I totally agree. So it's what we have to do. We have to start taking these things and turning it back on them. Hold on. I think got Tash in. I think Zay. Let me let Zay in one more time. He had his hand raised. Sorry about that, Zay.
No, it's all right, Mo. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just wanted to touch on something about the NBA that you made me remember something when you was talking about the whole gender bathrooms. I don't know if you saw the All-Star game, but I know on the podcast we talk a lot about how they pander to us and how disgusting it is. And one thing that kind of made me like look sideways was how they announced that all three of the referees were from HBCUs. And it just seemed like they were just going for brownie points. It wasn't like they were saying like this referee's been around for however many years or got these credentials or whatever. It was just that it seemed like they called the office, was like, just give me 3 guys that went to a black college. We don't care if they're good or what, good, bad, or whatever. We just want these brownie points. And I was having a conversation with one of my friends, well, a group of my friends last night, and the way that they are, like you said, like I was saying, pandering to us and make it on the other side, it seemed like it's making people like white nationalists and stuff like that hate us even more, because now we are like the focus. Now it's like you had 2 children and one is like getting all the goodies and the other one is just in the back seat, they are getting nothing. So now they start to hate that other child even more. And it seems like I don't know if they're doing it on purpose to try to separate us even more, but it seems like that's going to be a problem going down the line, because now it's like, oh, why are they giving us such special treatment? I can see that coming from the other side, like why they keep giving them such special treatment. And like you said, most black people just want to be treated fairly. Anybody want to be treated fairly. So if you just give everybody the same opportunities, the country would be way better. But it's seeming like they trying to just divide us even more. That's what I was getting from it.
Yeah, and you brought up the HBCU thing, and even though I didn't watch the All-Star game, like I said, I pay attention to everything. Robert Covington, he actually completed the the skills challenge in his HBCU jersey, which I'm gonna say this. I went to HBCU, A&T State, North Carolina A&T State University, which there's no problem with that. But they want to make it seem like, they won't, I'm gonna say this, where the rubber meets the road, they won't send a Zion Williamson to HBCU, to bring that cash infusion to the schools. They won't send the next LeBron James. They won't send him there. So it's all like you said. It's all tokens. I'm not calling the people tokens, but it's like here, it's tokens of good favor. Like we gave you 3 HBCU referees. Right. You should be happy. It's like if you just hire fairly, you'll get a representation of people from across all spectrums. But that's not how it works. All right, so Zay, thank you for adding that to it. About the All-Star game. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Mo. I appreciate you, man. My favorite episode is the Kanye one too.
The Kanye. Okay, yeah, and we got to keep that brother in prayer, because I see what they're trying to do to him. They're trying to break him.
They're trying to destroy him, man.
Right.
It's crazy.
And I say that, keep him lifted up. They had a picture of him. Where was that picture at? Where did I see that at? They got Kanye looking bad out here.
real quick, just off topic. What do you think about the theory of Kim and Van Jones getting together?
I covered that. I covered that in 59.
So you think that they are going to get together though?
I think that with Van Jones and Kim Kardashian, that could seriously help her political. He could definitely work with her. He could tap her into the right people, and he was one of the people pushing for her to be taken seriously as a lawyer when she got there. It is here. Look at my brother. Look at my brother.
Oh yeah, they got him looking bad.
And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, but this is what they trying. They're all right. This we don't know his mind state, but I'm just saying. Look at the normal images of Kanye, and the reason why I say me and Kanye share the same age group, and you're saying from the same path. And what I mean by that is not being thugs and being I was into music. He was into music and that kind of thing. It's what you would consider a good kid. And this is the kind of people you should be celebrating, but look how the media got him.
Yeah, honestly, Kanye always been my favorite artist. And as far as artists, I mean, like, not my favorite rapper. It just everything he does is art. Like, I've never heard anything from him that I didn't like.
Right.
And like he does so many things, like designer, beat maker, rapper, all as a whole. He's my favorite artist. I remember back in the day when I first heard Through the Wire. It's funny, I forgot how young I was. I mean, I'm 10 years younger than you, so I forgot exactly how old I was. But I remember the first time I heard it, we said I drink a goose for breakfast and instrument for dessert. I thought that was Snoop. I thought that was Snoop, like I say for shizzle and all that.
Right.
So for like a month, I'm listening to the song because it was on the radio, and I'm like, yo, Snoop got a new hot song. And then I found out who he was and looked into him deeper, and he's been one of my favorites ever since. But I don't want to hold you up too long. I know you're trying to get out of here and everything, but I appreciate everything.
Okay, no, I appreciate that, though. I appreciate you bringing up Kanye because, like, I mean, that's another thing. One of the things maybe we'll touch more on that next time, or more as the story develops. But I appreciate this. Have a good night. All right, be safe out there too, man.
You too, brother.
All right. But yeah, so that was I think Tash came in but never unmuted. So, okay, so we're going to wrap up here. Any final questions in the live chat? But like I said, this is, they're going to try to run this man through the mud, and this is going to be on the level of an OJ. And not getting the not guilty thing, but once the media gets on your back, they're going to ride you until they break you. So we need to keep this brother lifted up in prayer, and just hope all is well with him. Once again, before we go, I would like to remind people that we are a value for value production over here. As you see, I took 2 hours away from my family time. Not, like I said, this is what it is. I mean, I just a labor of love, but it does, take away from certain aspects of my family life to do this. But I'll say this, and I'm just be honest with y'all. We all friends here. This also is leaving a legacy for my kids. And what I mean by that is they're seeing that you don't have to go, and this ties into Kanye as well. You don't have to just go to school to be successful, and it's more paths to success. And hopefully they can see their father embracing, a gift, that I've been given, and it inspires them to embrace their gift. So the value does help, date nights and make up for it. But yeah, we are value for value. Please, MoeFactz.com/donate or either MoFundMe. That's MoeFundme.com. Appreciate it if you could help. And somebody says they say that picture of Kanye is Photoshop. It doesn't matter if it's Photoshop or not. This is what I'm talking about. And I know a lot of time people say, oh, that's staged or that's Photoshop. the fact that it's out, they're trying to push something here. And we know what Kanye's, how they like to take him down. They like to take him down by using his mental illness. So even if this is Photoshop, the fact that it's making its rounds and it came across my my attention, came in front of me. They're saying that, he's ready to crack. I mean, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to try like, oh, he's ready to crack. Oh, he's ready to crack. And you know what's going to, this goes in more into the family court where he's not safe around the kids. You know that, he's not safe. Are the kids safe around him? So yeah. So, hey, Nikki, I understand maybe it's not real, but propaganda is real. A lot of propaganda is not. I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap on this. What was his name? Hold on, now I gotta see. I know his name, I just can't remember it right away. Father propaganda. I know his name is going. Bernays. Point blank. Okay, thank you. Bernays. He told, one of the things he's known for is the freedom sticks. So basically, he convinced young women, because smoking for women used to be taboo. So what they would do is they would take he took women in I think it was like Macy Day parade or something, and gave them cigarettes and like called them freedom sticks. Now we know cigarettes aren't freedom sticks. And he took this and said, okay, track the women smoking. It became real. Thank you. Dig it up. So what I'm saying is, they take images that may not even be real or maybe taken out of context, and then they run them as propaganda. So what we're seeing is here, just in my humble opinion, they're setting people's minds to say, oh, yeah, freedom stick. Hold on, wait. People think I'm playing. I got a few more minutes. Bump this. I'm gonna show y'all how this works. Bernays. Freedom torches is what it was called. Excuse me. There it is. Eric Bernays, Freedom Torches. Instead of an event described was Torches to Freedom March. The influentials were New York debutantes. So he took debutantes, and the site was Easter Day Parade. Yeah, so basically he gave them cigarettes, which was very taboo at the time. And it's even a wiki page for it, so they tell you how big it was. Yeah, Edward Bernays was Sigmund Freud's nephew. You're right. Here it is. Torches to Freedom was a phrase used to encourage women smoking by exploiting women's aspiration for a better life during the early 20th century first wave feminism. So this is the perfect case. Then this is a perfect wrap to bring it 360. You see how they used something that was terrible for women, but they felt like, oh, you couldn't be women. Men don't want you smoking and enjoying the pleasure of smoking. You should smoke. You should exercise your right to be feminine, and you're quiet. Excuse me, I can't even say it. Let me get some water. 1 second. Exercise your right for freedom to get equality and lung cancer. It's basically what they were saying. Yeah. So basically, Easter Day, it was Easter, and I do a lot of this from memory, y'all. So Easter Sunday Parade. Back in 1929, he gave debutantes cigarettes, and that thing, no pun intended, caught fire, and yeah, it became a big thing where smoking, and it said what it say here. Okay, here it is, right here. Eventually, for women, the cigarettes became to symbolize rebellious independence, glamour, seduction, and sexual allure, both feminists and flappers. There you go. There it is. I mean, let me highlight that so y'all can see it for yourself. Eventually, for women, the cigarette came to symbolize rebellious independence, glamour, seduction, and sexual allure for both feminists and flappers. There you go. They take something that's bad for you, aim it in a way, or couch it in a way, or present it in a way to make it seem like it's good for you. That's the story. That's the story of this whole show right here. So let's go ahead and wrap up here. Any more final questions, comments in the live chat before I wrap up? Remember again to like, subscribe, and share. I know it takes courage to share this or even like it. I understand why people don't like videos on YouTube, even though they like the content. You don't want to be judged by your, by your choice. I mean, by your choice of content. It's like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm a 10-foot. It's the full shaming. Like, oh, there they go, that crazy talk again. So, Natasha, you said, well, I smoke weed, but it's not glamorous. And if you remember back when the Chronic came out with Dr. Dre, that's when weed really got popular again. So yeah, I lived through this. I actually grew up with hip hop. I was born in 1980. So I grew up with hip hop step by step. Probably the first generation to grow up completely on hip hop. Quashonda, thank you. And like I said, I want to hear from more of the female producers because I want to have a balanced. So I wish. Hold on, excuse me. I would share. I am 10 full pride. Right. Where are your full hats with pride? They used to call us crazy, but you see more and more each day the things that we were saying about martial law and being locked in our house and these things like this. They don't seem so crazy anymore. But yeah, yeah, see, Natasha said, yes, I didn't even smoke weed and we acted like we did. Yeah, they made it cool. Don't mind control and propaganda. Don't ever underestimate its powers. Don't ever underestimate its powers. So appreciate, but what I was saying about sharing, I understand you. Well, you don't want your family to see, oh, well, he's sharing that crazy stuff again. Trust me. I know. There you go. Yeah, full hat stand up. Full hats stand up. Oh, 10 for Koofy. Who got the 10 for fitties on? the 5950s. Yeah, I'm saying we got to wear our 10 for hats with pride because we can't be shamed into not telling the truth. And that's how they win with us. They shame us into not wanting to share the truth. And there's a lot of people out here we think they haven't never heard these things before. That once they're introduced to just facts, share the facts and then let them make their own decision. But with that said, as I always say, pay attention to everything and the truth will reveal itself. Yeah, have a good night. Take care.